There's a legend in the Middle East about a shepherd. And he was one of the original shepherds. And every Christmas Eve, his grandchildren would gather around the fireplace with him and all the family. And the grandchildren would say, "Tell us again, Grandpa, tell us again about that first Christmas Eve night." And he'd say, "Okay, gather around." And he'd begin by telling them it was a cold night. We were out in the middle of nowhere watching over our flocks by night. And it was still an unusual silence. And then out of nowhere, an angel appeared and scared us to death. But he said, "Don't be afraid." He said, "For this day in Bethlehem, just over those hills, a Savior has been born. It's Christ the Lord. Go and see." And then all of a sudden, he told the grandchildren, he said, all of a sudden, the heavens filled with hundreds of thousands of angels singing and praising God. And so we all gathered ourselves together and left, and we ran to Bethlehem, and we knocked on doors until we found this baby lying in a manger. And we praised God, and we told everybody what we had seen, and we told Mary and Joseph about the angels. And then we went and told everybody in the town what we had seen. And then he would finish his story. And one of his granddaughters stopped him and asked, she said, "Grandpa, why do you always pause at the part in the story every Christmas Eve where you said, 'We all left our flocks and ran to Bethlehem'?" And he looked at her and he said, "I didn't go. I decided not to go. I decided to stay by the fire. And I regret it every day." Come to church on Christmas Eve. Come join us. Come be a part of the greatest night in the world.